Hi, I'm Alana. Welcome to another video. In today's video, we're doing a get ready with me for church. So, the first thing that I would like to share today is a book recommendation. I would like to share a fiction book today by a girl called Eliza Clark. So, the book that I'll be recommending today is called Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. So, this book was in the section in Waterstone for books that, recent books that we think will become classics. And so it's about this girl who, she's English, she's British, and she's a photographer, and she, photographs boys in their underwear. So, she photographs boys and men in their underwear, and she's really into extreme cinema, which is violent cinema and pornography basically. And so and she's really beautiful but kind of mean, and she's kind of she works at a bar too. But, she also has a best friend, and her best friend and her, they all, drink a lot and do, drugs together. And her best friend has a boyfriend, but is secretly in love with her. And she knows this because her best friend has a blog where she posts, in details all of the things that she is feeling about her and about her life, and, how her love for her is, progressing, and her real thoughts about her. And her best friend doesn't know that she reads this blog. And so it's a really, really good book. And all of the men who she photographs, she does this series called What Would You Do to Be My Boyfriend? And she photographs the men, and then she interviews them and asks them what would you do to be my boyfriend? And they say I would cut off my toe and stuff like that. And so it's really interesting because it's kind of changing the usual power dynamics of gender. All of the men in it are really passive, and she is more dominating, and they're all kind of vying for her attention and her love. But yeah, she's a bit cruel. And so, it's a really good book, and I would highly recommend it. Boy Parts by Eliza Clark. And the other thing that I want to talk about today was, in class last night we spoke about mourning and melancholia, which is a Freudian concept. And so I wanted to tell you what is the difference between mourning and melancholia. So, both mourning and melancholia can be seen as a reaction to losing a loved object. So, say for example you love someone and they died. Mourning would be the healthy, natural response, I guess, wherein you accept that the lost object, which is a person, object is a person, you accept that the lost object is gone, and you grieve it and come to terms with living without it. Whereas in melancholia, the person refuses to accept that the lost object is gone, and they identify, in melancholia the ego identifies with the lost object, and kind of in melancholia, the ego identifies with the lost object, and then you kind of turn that energy inwards. And so in melancholia, the energy that would have been directed towards the lost object is turned inwards, and then it kind of becomes a cycle of self-attack and self-reproach. So Freud described this as that in melancholia, the shadow of the lost object falls on the ego. And so what that means is basically that like in melancholia, the negative energy of like a lost object, because when you lose someone or something, like when you lose an object, then like all that's left is that object's shadow. And so he's saying that like in melancholia, the shadow of the lost object falls on the ego. So then like all you're left with is this object's shadow. And so like the negative imprint of that object. And yeah. So thank you for getting ready with me for church today. You're beautiful, you're perfect, I love you, God bless you. If you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.